Yeah, for anyone's legend, I can see, like, we don't really see level 1s that often anymore, now that the game is a lot faster and level 1 waves come. But Braun Pantheon is quite insane in just setting up. That's going to be the big thing to look at for top esports. Will their wave be in a position where they're going to be super unsafe and suspect to a gank from Tarzan's Pantheon, or are they just going to let Kyle and Hope push it in? They proc the full glacial acid from
going well.
Yeah, go flash in for Hope.
Whoa.
Wait a minute, Chachi and Fongyue just win the 2v2 straight up.
I feel like Tarzan was kind of trying to mind game the W to not have it be interrupted by or buffered by Ambessa's R. And I don't know, I almost kind of want a replay of that because I didn't see the stun come out from Pantheon. That was a little awkward for me. Orianna Azir, the Orianna's up a wee bit, and pressure is there to make sure that Nio can take a clean grub. So this is AL kind of on the back foot. And like this is a 2-threat comp. And for me, I mean,
he's sensing something's up, so he's gonna back off the wave for now and let 369 push in.
I think they're smart to wait for this one. It's a no flash Scion. Pillar
he showed. Okay,
yeah.
Well, there's the pillar, there's the public execution, but he buffers with the unstoppable onslaught. Nigel tries to flash to interrupt it. Just one more auto attack will do the trick, but here comes the Grand Starfall, and the response from Tarzan is just that much greater. Nio now in a world of hurt because he flashed to try to stop Flandre from escaping. That's the all-star jungler coming in to bail out Flandre.
I feel like this Dragon should be favored for top esports, given Jachi having that Trinity Force.
See what the decisions come out to be for both squads. Nio does get a chance to secure the grab. They jump onto Cream. He flashes away, but Shanks falls up. Emperor's Divide. Swoop-de-whoop. Good night to Cream. And Nio is now in a position where he has to force the fight onto Shanks. Trades one back. Top esports bot lane is the first one to the play, but Tarzan blocks all the incoming damage with the Empowered Aegis Assault. Hope with the flash and the Arc of Ruin slows down Nio enough for Tarzan to slay him with the Comet Spear. Chachi's the next one to fall. Fongyue makes it out alive, but anyone's legend are for the better on the play.
Cream, do not walk into that brush. The last time I was casting LPL,
Luden, Echo, Proc, go boom. Yeah, go boom
damage.
It's a lot of boom boom. I almost thought that we were about to get another boom boom in that bottom side jungle because that was one of the places that anyone's legend did get pretty much pwned by BLG in their previous series.
Tarzan's close. He's ulting.
Uh-oh, 369 forced to flash away, but here comes the unstoppable onslaught. Does not connect. 369 able to dodge it, but a flash for the mocking shout into the slow. But Fongyue comes in, pumps away Tarzan, and now Flandre might be in danger. He needs to wait for another soul for the shield. The pillar's there. Massive glacial fissure for the knockup from the back line. What's happening on bot side? Hope just beat Jachi in a 1v1 and back to top lane. Now Nio's on the run. Anyone's legend is winning out once again. They lose Flandre, but a price of 1 death for 3 kills. I take that trade all day, every day.
I thought that they were going to have the numbers advantage when Cream was coming in, but Cream got taken down very quickly off the TP. That's really well played by Kyle and Tarzan. They just focus right on Cream. They're not going to waste their time with the Ambassador, the Trundle. They're going to take down the damage target and Cream, remove him immediately.
Hope's in trouble, still has Flash. He uses it, but he's getting flashed up by Nio as well, but he gets away! The peeling and the space provided by the rest of his team allows him to escape. He heals a little bit. Tarzan goes back. Then the shockwave misses on the Tarzan. He finally goes down. But at this point, it's just an anyone's legends fight to win. Triple for Shanks. It's almost looking like a quadra, but Hope picks up the last kill. And this one is looking done and dusted.
I think it's GG. It's 4K gold lead for AL. They can really pressure these towers, get a lot more gold in their pockets. And I don't know what happened to kick off this fight from top esports. But, I mean, frankly, looking at a few sloppy fights coming out from top, kind of back to back to back here, Rafa.
Oh my God,
369.
369! Oh no, Flandre. Well, we've hit that point in the matchup where the tank is strong enough to solo kill the split pushing carry top laner. This is not an ideal scenario for top esports. This probably is GG.
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I really like how Tarzan pathed to target the Ambessa. I think that taking the Pantheon, that global presence, and just ensuring they can win that 2v2 topside was a big difference
Fight continues. Oh boy, and the tempo taken advantage of by Tarzan with the Grand Starfall completely isolates Fongyue. Nio cannot get in to bail out his support. It is just anyone's legend. What? Another 1v1? Okay, both kills going down.
That's a nice
Was that
shutdown for
700
Joshi.
Yeah, 760 gold in the pocket.
I don't really see the angle, like, from the play kicking off where Top can win that outside of Tarzan's on Herald.
What the hell is happening?
As
Okay, well,
the chaos continues.
Yep. Welcome to LPL. If this is your first time watching, this is what happens in these games. It's just fighting all the time, every time.
I mean, it's so clear to me that, and to anyone that watched this team in years past, this was a team that was dictated by Kanavi. He was the one that was running the early game through him, right? So, and we're just not seeing that from 369 and Korean so far this season.
And it's been the focus of pretty much all of our discussions about top esports every time we come into a series for the day. As 369 in a world of trouble. Good shield on the repudiation, but just not enough to survive the dive. It does open up a window for Nio to secure the 3rd dragon, overall 2nd dragon for top esports, but it still feels like a long shot to get back in this game and climb against the deficit of 5,000 gold.
Yeah, this focus on the 369 has been very nice.
Oh, no.
From Tarzan this game. As, bounced off the pillar.
Yep. Unlucky for Nio. I don't know if he was spotted on a ward going for the invade, but he was trying to get some information to see if he could steal a camp or two, even though it spawns earlier in the game, and it shreds you so hard. So teams have got to be careful when pulling the trigger on it, as Anyone's Legends show enough patience and restraint to not get blasted by it, but it does allow top esports.
Going into the next patch, too, because I know we only have today and tomorrow on this patch.
Yep. Flandre getting engaged on with a subjugate. Tarzan jumps onto Nio's face first. Decimating smash gets another knock-up, but it's a follow-up from the rest of top esports trying to barrel on through. Flandre eventually brought down. Kyle with the flash looking for the glacial vision onto the back line, but rest of top esports, they've already taken their kill, and the flash from Kyle to dodge the public execution. It could have been another setup for top esports just in time, 30 seconds before the 4th dragon of the game spawns. Get pounced upon by top esports waiting in the river for this dragon fight, but in the end, Anyone's Legend does pick up the dragon, and top esports in exchange will at least establish some vision control on this topside river for the Baron. Dude, top esports just oh, it's so dangerous. Because if you get shredded and then Shanks and Hope just rip you apart, that's not ideal for top esports. I feel like you would just rather try and force Anyone's Legend to start the Baron so that you can capitalize on top of that. But
I think getting 369 gold was the biggest win they could have gotten in that last sequence, and they did so successfully. So that I don't know if that's worth it, but I think that not fighting Transcendence is probably the biggest key for top. Oh boy,
ripping it.
I think Fungyue just based on vision.
It's been spotted, and unfortunately, Nio cannot get into the pit fast enough. Anyone's Legend ripped the Baron when top esports were least expecting it, and that is a free objective. With the dragon coming up in 9 seconds now, I imagine Anyone's Legend, they can just be like, you want to fight for the dragon? Go for it. We're going to push into your base.
I want to say Fungyue was outside the brush basing, and the ward in that red side brush fought him. And I think that's what AL kind of ripped this off of. But man, that's a big mistake. Joshi taking that damage bad.
Remember, he doesn't have boots. I think he already used his Valkyrie. Still holding on to the flash and the barrier. Big shockwave, though. Tarzan gets dropped. He still has the GA. Shanks goes flying in. Good night, Chachi. Shanks has done his job and assassinated the AD carry. A flash from Cream to try and take out Shanks and make a trade. He goes golden. He stalls time. But Cream could be the next on the chopping block, and with a common spear to the head, he goes down in the dirt. Anyone's Legend find the final window and will close out game 1.
Hope was able to get out, keeping 369 down all game. Pays off in the last fight for AL, as 369 could not connect on Hope in the backline. Hope did play that fight out very well. He got low, but he flashed the public execution, able to use the Transcendence to kite enough with the Braum passive to survive. And while that wasn't the case for Joshi on the other side, thanks to Shanks, he's the only one in the gray screen. He gets his team to win.
Definitely took a while in the mid-game for Anyone's Legend to close the game out off of what we felt like was a distinct advantage. But the Pandas finally get the job done in the end off of very, very successful timers. Interesting, because you look at moments that Anyone's Legend probably had a game plan through bot lane, and that got fumbled early by Hope and Kyle.
I really don't like the fact that they went Akali, gave over the Galio when you already have the Rumble matchup showing top. For me, this would have been worth banning both the Cassante and the Galio and leaving up the Bard, or I would consider taking the Galio away instead of the Cassante if you wanted to go Akali like this. Between the different splits they had last year, some of it for me was pending on, you know, what Thunder's champion pool was and how effective it was as well. So see if that can continue to be effective. He's definitely a good Galio player.
Wait a minute. Really good follow-up. Flash Hope. Nicely done. Even after the flash, you cannot dodge an auto attack, Jauchi, and First Blood comes up huge for Kyle and Hope.
I'm waiting for this to drop because I thought I saw an MF playing against Leona, Varus, Ryze, Galio. Okay, we do have Cleanse. That's good, but I mean, I don't really know what to say there, Rafa. There's a lack of barrier, and you're opting into fighting Varus, Leona this early. That's not a great strategy.
Oh my god, that was too easy for Tarzan and Flandra. I mean, 369 does manage to flash the knockup, but he flashed in range of an empowered auto attack from Galio. Hope is already like at max channel for the arrow.
That replay was actually really reassuring for myself as a caster, because I was stuttering seeing if Jauchi was taking barrier or cleanse, and it just turns out the cleanse was so late that I don't feel bad anymore. Okay, that goes sideways. Dive in. Good night.
Wow.
Yep.
2-man knockup, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Long your way.
I really think that Akali, like, it doesn't give you much agency at all out of the mid lane. It's really tough to reach poke Varus with anything.
We can play around this lane. At this point in the game, we can play around this lane. They're just kind of flipping and seeing and hoping for the best. And Tarzan's gonna revisit bot lane. Cleanse is available for Jauchi, but you cannot cleanse a knockup. Does cleanse the stun, but that just makes it easier for Tarzan to lay down the CC. Kyle tanks up the turret aggro beautifully, and it's now 2 kills for Hope total on the Varus. The staff Discord right now is discussing, guys, was that a Huya ad or is that an LPL ad? And I'm pretty sure it was an LPL ad. It's well, Tarzan's going to contest Nio on this grub pit. Nio does secure one with the smite, but the Cyclone does buy some time. Tarzan deciding whether he wants to flash out of the pit or not. Equalizer comes through, and Tarzan ends up going down swinging. Wait a minute. Can Cream pop off here? Realm Warp is used to reposition Shanks out of danger. Flandra didn't go through. What? How'd that happen?
All right, we're
Cream's
back.
about to get a triple kill right here.
The game's
Top
back.
Esports.
Woo.
They might be back in the game.
See, this game, Cream can take this lead on a specialty pick of his and find the win. Is currently this Dragon is going to be given away by AL. Top Esports, they had all the control. They have the strength right now, and AL going to go find luck elsewhere.
Mid-jungle advantage. Wukong being on that Trinity Force. Gunblade for Cream. It's a scary prospect. And Hope, he has Flash. But the Chain of Corruptions does not really work out in the end.
Yeah.
And, yeah, nicely done by Nio to be able to get over that ultimate. The only person that they chunked out... Yeah, they only chunked out Feng Yue, but everyone else is pretty healthy to look for the play. It does force out the TP from Flandra. Nio, Jink brings it to 3K. They're looking for 369 on the left side. Nio's forced out of the pit. The bullet, what? He still secured the red tail over the wall. That's crazy. Top Esports now looking for the re-engage. Equalizer forces anyone's legend to split up. Tarzan flashing after Cream, trying to finish off the Akali in the back line. Feng Yue, can he stop him from getting on top of Cream? He backs away for now. 369 steps up, turns on the Jets. Jauchi getting assassinated on the right side from Shanks' Rise. But the rest of Top Esports are starting to corral. They want to be able to fight through their way on the front line, but Shanks collapsing in forces Top Esports to retreat. 369 getting slowed now, and the rest of anyone's legend can finally run him down with arrows in the back. Anyone's legend. It was a weird fight. They're going to continue the play. The taunt does not connect, but it sets up Hope to find a triple. Can he get more? The turret aggro is ramping up, so anyone's legend dropping for now.
So I think the stall around this punished a poor setup for Top, because they had MF only in a position to ult the objective. After that, Jauchi couldn't play out the fight from there, just given the positioning of his teammates and how AL went in. So I think that was a big setup flub from TES.
There's ultimates all coming down, but they're on different targets and they're for different purposes. Like you said, 2 of them were used to either get out of the pit or just to finish off the objective. And now we have another fight on this top left side. Nio already spinning, trying to win the fight. Shanks is getting brought super low. Cream dashes in for the perfect execution, but already missed. Gets room prisoned up. Bullet time starting to rip through. Kyle totally isolated. Tarzan and Shanks are forced to bail, and this time it's Top Esports that come up swinging.
The way that he was able to do so in the Herald fight, that wasn't available to him there because of the collapse from Top. Very well played.
Gonna look for a collapse though. 369, no flash available, so Tarzan sends it for an immediate cataclysm into the full combo of both of his solo laners to follow up on top. We've got another dragon spawning.
On his way back is Fondre gonna join the team now. I don't love... Top Esports just gave away a lot of space there with Cream arriving late. I think that Cream is going to have to go all the way around now to find a flank.
Flashback to Storm looking in. Equalizer right over the top, but Hope is out of the death zone there. Third Dragon goes over to top Esports, but here's the heroic entrance in the Cataclysm. Cream looking for the backline right now. Kyle getting brought insanely low. Hope is being bought space, but Nio flashes in, tries to give him a couple more bonk sticks, and the rest of anyone's legend are just going to sacrifice Hope to the win. They're going to look for the next play onto Jachi instead, but Tarzan too low, can't sustain with the Sundered Sky procs, and Shanks just cannot supply the damage to follow up on the play. Top Esports win big in the Dragon River. Not be successfully taken. I'd have 2 nickels, which it's not a lot, but it is strange that anyone's legend has fallen victim to it now twice. Uh-oh, another combo. Jachi rips, and Kyle is trying to get away from now. Tarzan immediately turns on to Cream, but the perfect execution gets out of the Cataclysm, deletes Kyle, and Shanks is the next one to fall, and Cream is A-okay to walk out of the fight. Top Esports still rocking with all 5, and they're going to try their luck at this Baron.
I really think that when AL looks at this game again, they're going to want to look at that grub fight and how they threw this one away. As they had this game snowballing in their favor with a lot of momentum. I think that once Top got that foothold, I mean, Top played this one out well. Cream, good comeback game this time around, and Nio's had a really solid game, Rob, right? This has been a really good look for Nio. I didn't think he was the problem in game 1, and a couple of these roll engages have been very nice, straightforward, and sound for Top Esports in game 2. We're going to catch out Kyle, and he's going to fall.
Oh, no. The Romor from Shanks, not in time to try and bail out his support, but push in all these side lanes and have full control of this bottom side jungle. Tarzan looking for it.
Okay.
Cataclysm right onto Nio, but he just clone dashes out of it. Here comes a response TP with Cream. Nio spinning with the Cyclone. Cream immediately looks for the backline. Shuriken does not quite connect, but he looks for Flandre instead anyway, as well as Kyle. And both of the frontline members for anyone's legend are gone. Top Esports going to take this opportunity to push in, open up the base. Not sure if they're going to try to go for the game end, but they have a free window to look at the Mountain Soul if they want to afterwards. But look at this, Matt. They want to push. They want to go all the way for the end. Found Volume Wave, flash back to Storm, finds Hope. And this could just be it.
GG's.
Top Esports looking for the win with all 5 pushing in. Game 3 is on the horizon, folks. And it's Top Esports pushing anyone's legend to the brink. Kyle comes back from the grave, tries to save the game, but Tarzan gets dropped alongside the rest of them. GG, well played. We're going to game 3.
Really nice game from Fengyue, who I think for me is probably the pog of that one.
Come back in game 3, show similar performances. I don't know if it's going to be enough to be a win. And anyone's legend are the type of opponents where if you kind of clown them off of a massive mistake that they make, usually.
When it comes to Sivir, a lot of the times, like talk about this champion, how much or how easy is it for Sivir to be able to auto attack? That's going to be challenging this game. You're going up against a Syndra that has scatters. Aphelios, depending on what guns he has, can really help control.
W does go wide. Tarzan's going to at least respect the presence of Nio here. But this could be a smite fight. Yep. Watch for 600. 800, he dashes in. Tarzan wins the flip, and now Nio's in a world of trouble. Nio, even if he flashes away, I don't think he gets out alive. The flashback in? No way, they win it! Oh my goodness, Nio, with the help of Cream, turned the 2v1, and that's first blood for the Viego. Now 2v2 all in. Fengyue flashes over the grand entrance. Kyle is about to get dropped by Jachi, but not before Hope is able to take a bite out of Fengyue's health bar. Jachi with purple and blue guns isn't enough to overturn the fight. Hope with the barrier, looks for one more boomerang play, barely misses, but one more on attack gets the job done.
Went ghost. So no access to barrier might have been the difference in that 2v2.
Looking for Hope right now. They know he does not have flash. They proc the spell shield early so that Viego's stun could connect, but they don't have enough damage to follow up on the play. And Tarzan committed to the dragon, secures it, and now he's ready to turn the fight if necessary. Cream forced to use the scatter of the week just to keep Shanks at bay. Yeah. Vlandra says, okay, you pop flash
Oh, but
ult,
we're setting
I just
up for
pop
die.
ulti. But Nio now is in the wings, and Flandra does not have ulti, so he's going to have to time this flash perfectly on the W. Goes invisible with the W. The patience, not enough, but Kyle's here to turn the play. Oh boy, Nio comes up tails. And he might be flipping burgers if he gets run down by the rest of anyone's legend here. Shanks pops the ghost. He's ready to run down this Viego and ruin this king. He goes back in, tries to turn it for a reset, but it ain't happening anytime soon. The snake sinks her fangs into Viego.
That minute makes a big difference. It would have meant no 6 for Fengyue, and it would have meant a big double advantage for Tarzan while he was up there. But he was staying committed to clearing bot to top. So they're going to drop the grubs. And the move speed buffs that he gets, like the percentage scaling, it's quite significant. I think that's why he won Ghost probably too.
Tarzan does secure it, but look at this. Trinity Force available for Nio. The first reset is going to come in soon. He can get a chance to possess the Xin Zhao. Jotzi tries to run him down. Looks for the Gravitum setup. Looking for Kyle next. Heartbreaker comes in. That's 2 for Nio. And even though anyone's legend get the dragon, they play to the strength of their Trinity Force spike. And Nio delivers.
Off a great engage from Fengyue as well.
This composition is built to let Nio thrive. And now he's found hope with no summoner spells. This should be an easy pickup. One more. Either the Ruin King, but Tarzan flashes in. But the rest of Top Esports are ready to bail him out. And now Tarzan has overcommitted. Top Esports are starting to run away with the game.
That was a risky one from Tarzan. I didn't exactly see how that play initially was set up, but going in to save your AD there, I mean, Tarzan gave away his life trying to save Hope. They do push out the Renekton a little bit, 369 in his 701st game in his LPL career. On his classic Renekton, his job's to hold the line this game, Rafa. And
does make things even more difficult for anyone's legend. They are still down 3,000 gold. Nio will not get a chance to yoink this big chicken nugget away from Tarzan.
And getting 3 items on Sivir are probably my 2 really big moments. I will say that getting away Soul Point to AL with a Cassio Sivir comp, I find to be quite dangerous.
Nio, you're gonna have the Heartbreak, but he still gets charmed by the quickness, forced to flash away. And it's a big disengage that comes out from Top Esports. It's a big gamble from Top Esports now that anyone's legend.
It's not even a gamble though. I didn't get anything for it, you know? Like it's just an L.
Anyone's legend now have a solid win condition to play for in the next 4 minutes. Meanwhile, 369 in the 1v2 was trying to engage onto Flandra. Double slice and dice away, but Tarzan has the audacious charge to flash for 369. Not sure how he was getting out of that play anytime soon. Rest of Top Esports, at least cross map, looking for the tier 1 turret, but
it's out live, and the patch is in 2 days, so it's fine.
Okay.
It beats the gotcha ads. Oh.
Flandra clipped by a nice scout of the week from Cream. Yeah, good night to the Bunny Witch Girl. And Top Esports now 5-4 on the map.
It's a bit perplexing to me. They're late on this, and AL is going to be able to hit it.
369 forced to TP, even though he wasn't even that far away. He just needs to be here for the play. Dredge line goes wide. Good use of miasma from Shanks to keep space right now. A lot of ultimates being exchanged at the moment. Quickness to hold the line. All 3 members get charmed. The first reset does not go through. Nio cannot get into the pit. And it's looking like anyone's legends fight to run. Nio forced to bail. Nobody drops from anyone's legend. I see the facepalm from Cubby in my monitor. And you know just exactly how this fight went down.
We're talking about how that you should be enabled to fight this dragon. And Top deployed everyone on the top side. Gave up control for AL for the embankment rush.
Not a single miss.
No. Well, unless Toy Story 4. I'm with Quentin.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Anyway, Flandra gonna lead the charge alongside Kyle with the quickness. First one is the target on Fengyue, and poor Cream is forced to flash away. Tarzan picks up 2 in an instant, and the rest of Top Esports, this reset composition, the fantasy for Nio is starting to crumble, just like his late wife, and unfortunately for anyone's, or Top Esports.
They just need to not have engages. Or not have a clean engage come in again, like full top.
Oh, they're looking right onto Cream as he steps up. They know that he didn't have flash from the prior siege. And good night to Cream. Anyone's legend, blow him up. And the rest of the Pandas are on the victory march. 369, the last member standing, but he's not going to be enough to defend this base from crumbling.
That was a beautiful engage from AL. Wraps up a 2-1 series for them. Top Esports. Think we honestly saw the best series so far from Nio and Fungway. Even if it's not a win, I actually can see some positives taken away from this series for Top Esports. But AL, better team on the day.
369, one last Hail Mary just to try and clear the wave, but anyone's legend are going to push on anyway. Fongway back from the grave, gets sent back to it just as quickly. The Nexus turrets fall, and anyone's legend will take the series 2-1 against Top Esports.
You know what? Coming into the day, we thought it was going to be a 2-0 for AL. And I do think the Top, again, showed a couple moments that were better than what we've seen out of them so far this split. I know they dropped 1-4. The good with the bad. I'm taking all the good with the bad with him. He is still one of the best players we have in this league.
Sure.
And it might have been a slow start to this one, but was able to bounce back. Had a very sound engage